Hey everyone, it's me, LadyWit. This evening, I decided to change it up a bit. Sorry, I had to lower some volumes here. All right, so I got a hold of Infernal and I asked him about a setting, and it ended up being on his end, so all he had to do was update. So tonight, we are going to be on the Bedrock server. This is my little bitty room in my bag-in that I created here. And I have some newfound wants and needs to actually build something else on here. This is my map, but you're not really going to see all of that right away. This is my bag end. It's quite small compared to the other one that you all have seen me build live. A lot of the different settings, just different builds all the way around. My kitchen on the other one, of course, is way bigger. Some of the similar ideas. My kitchen or my dining room is not as big. Obviously, this here is the smoking room according to what I did the first time around. This is my idea for what the smoking room will look like in similarity when I go to build it, when I go to actually start doing things and actually living in Bag End on that part of the when I do it on my world. Sorry, the realm that I created. Going through this way, this is my food pantry, of course, much, much smaller still. And in here, I created my little chicken hut. Back here in the back, where it's supposed to be the wine cellar, I chose to make it my flower area along with my underground garden. Down here, I have my sugarcane field, wheat field, berry bushes. This here's my pumpkin and melon patch. And over here out of the back area, I have my cactus farm, which does quite well. It's been a while since I've been on here. When you're on here actively, it goes a lot faster. This is my kill chamber. I take and I drop off about 100 about 100 birds at once when I'm shooting eggs out here. So I'll collect a bunch of eggs. I'll come in here and I'll shoot them in that corral, and then I'll kill them all for my chicken. These are set up to where I can feed them and kill them, and their meat and everything just drops down underneath because they're hoppers underneath here. They're hopper floors with carpets covering them, and I really don't have to do anything in there. This area again it's really built like the map. I just made it smaller, much smaller. This is Bilbo's office, or his study, which I've turned into my enchantment room. But this one again, much smaller. This whole thing is much smaller on so many accounts. This is Bilbo's room. I don't really. I use this room, the bedroom, more than anything. This was originally what my storage room looked like. I had, up until they added the new woods, I only had it for 8 woods, and then I used the floor for the extra. But this here is that back hallway that goes from the chickens. Of course, this is all my farming stuff here. The chickens, and the chicken has a hopper floor in it as well. It doesn't always catch all of the eggs though. I don't know where that gnat came from. Must be the bananas I bought. So this here was what I did with the one room that's the diagonal room. I did not make it very big. It does have a little view outside here. Um, I use this area to store all of these items. This here is my wool room. Kind of just took and changed how I wanted everything to be. This is what Bag End is on the second server, the server that I play on. But yeah, like it's so much smaller compared to what I did. All right. So this is my sky train, which it's completely ugly, but I'm excited to have built it. It was fun. Somewhat. These are my statues, which are going to be right in front of Smaug. I'm building Smaug over there, or my friend was supposed to build it, but she's been incredibly busy lately, so I just kind of let her do her own thing. She built those statues there, and that's her bamboo forest. I'm not exactly sure what she plans to do with that forest. This pathway has been here since the day I found this area, and it leads all the way up there. Actually, I'll just go up the old way. This is my old Hobbit path. I had blocked all of this off. This was one of the little Hobbit houses that I created. Here's another one. I just built them all along through here. But what I really wanted was I got to the very top. 2, 3. There's so many little mini houses. This is what it looks like from up here. There's so much in here. I came up here because I have a book of lore. To come up here to the very top. This is my original Bag End. This is what I did with mini Bag End. And I had to put the doors on it because there's a zombie spawner somewhere around here and I can't find it. But this was a room that I slept in for probably 3 years before I built Bag End. This was my mini smoking room. Of course, this was my little mini house. This was my first map. Shows where I am. I'm on the green right there. This was my original mine. And I had some hidey holes in there. I cooked all my food here. This was the back door I never used. The little kitchen, the nook I made so many meals in. This whole setup used to be a huge storage area. This is the first tree I ever built. Super cool. So we're going to go up and around here. This is my first little farm. I had originally started up here. This is a magnificent looking, amazing portal. And I say that because it's the first one I ever built on my own. I did a SkyTrain demo, which, I mean, we can go through that if you want to, but I really don't want to. Not right now, anyway. These are my dwarves. I created them probably about a year ago. I had an uptick on what I wanted to do, so this is what I did. I built 2 different ones, but both of them with the same thing in mind. And in the middle, up at the top, there it's an apartment. It's like a 2 to 3 story building, really. But yeah, I created a little mini house. that you can walk through. You can see all kinds of stuff. You can walk through their hands and everything. I got a tower over there. I was going to make the Eye of Sauron there, but I did not. I chose to change it. You can go through this side too. This side's open, of course. I had it open at one time so you could just fly out of here. That right there is a replica of what my house looks like in real life. That over there is my tree farm. And I have SkyTrain goes down along back over there. And we'll go do that soon. But yeah. And then, of course, you can go all the way to the very top. There's another build. You can build inside their head. But the entrance to the Mines of Moria is right over there where my cursor's at. It goes underneath there and all the way around over into that little spot right there. And of course, SkyTrain goes all the way around. It's a pretty massive build. I don't know why I did that. Okay, go down. I forgot what. Yay! Hi, buddy. I'm just running around inside of my dwarf tower. I made a dwarf. I'm walking around through his arms. But I made two dwarfs. They're standing back to back. And basically, you can live inside of them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you for showing up. This is floor number 1. Not really even a floor. But I made the entrances in the backs of their boots. So like this is a giant axe. I love this axe. I do not have the ability to fly here, so everything that you're going to see is based off of a pole. That was one of my axes. And then I did the other one like that. Tried to duplicate them as much as I could, but I definitely wanted 2 different types of axe. But yeah, my little bitty bag end is so small. This was the first one that I built. It's such a baby. It's so very small. I used to stand here and just wait for the sun to drop so that I can go, hello, this is my little bitty bag end. Super small. It's only like a handful of rooms. I made myself a little couch back here. This is a room. It's got a mine underneath. Was my storage room. This is the first bag end I ever made. I realize now what you said. You said add, and I kept talking. It's okay. But yeah, yep, we each got locales on here. So, like, this is my Hobbit Town. It was established in April of 2022. So, I've been here for 4 years. It's the locale of LadyWit. And I put on here, welcome to Hobbit Town, created by LadyWit. Hobbit Town was created because of my favorite movies, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Every build here in Hobbit Town is inspired by pictures and movies that I watched. Every build has been built by materials that I have mined for or bought from others. Hoping in the future the Hobbit Town will grow and thrive with villagers and trading halls. Thank you for visiting our Hobbit Town. I do not have villagers in my town yet. There was a plan to do that, but I didn't feel like doing all that was necessary to get them because I'm super um, afraid of mobs in a way. So I just didn't. This is a tutorial build that I did. That one over there is like supposed to be a watermill. Those two dwarves, a friend of mine, Goddess Jenny, built them. The first time when I found this area, I came from that river down there, which I had basically took a boat from spawn and kind of meandered my way here and found this spot, and I created what I did. So, funny story, there is a streamer that he's pretty well known for being a potty mouth. His name on here was Cosmic, but he goes by many names. I'm trying to think if you would know him on here. You probably won't. He's more on TikTok than anything. Anyway, he can be quite abrasive. But he had found himself on this server and was streaming and doing some really cool stuff. And he fell off of this. And I have a little memorial down there by where my cursor's at for him. But I named this cosmic shaft. It was supposed to be elevator, but well, if I die on here, it'll be the second time I ever died. I'm just kidding, maybe 5. So there's a path that goes all the way down through here and meanders around. Each little spot has a hobbit house in it. But yeah, it's just a little hobbit house. Ain't much to it. I tried to fill in as much space as I could. This is the big tree that I built on top of my bag end, the big one, on this server, which is like way smaller compared to the other one. And I did not build like a direct spot to it just yet because I just really didn't. So this is what the smaller version looks like. It's definitely a huge difference. All of this was built in survival with blocks that I had mined or created myself. The kitchen is definitely smaller. It was also the first usage of the mud brick. This build happened right around the time the mud brick actually came out. This is my pantry. I'll go back into the pantry here in a minute. There's a big smoking room that's on my world, my realm, which will kind of look like this on all of the walls. So I also have a storage room in here, which will probably not be added in because I've already got a massive storage room. This was my underground internal farm because I don't like going outside and dealing with mobs. Just a super easy way for me to not die. I build everything inside. I have a cactus farm, melon pumpkins. I have traded villagers and traveling traders to get some of the things that I needed. This is also the server that my kids played on too. So if I needed something, they usually found it for me or gave it to me. Like I have a ton of pumpkins because Captain Lucky had made a special trip from Kaleshire which is the town area she built. Um, and I will be traveling there, although it is like a 5-minute walk, so I will have to prepare before I leave this area. Like I said, I'll zippity doo dah all the way through, trying to make sure I got a bed. I'll make sure I got a bed with me whenever we go different places. Ooh, let me out. Okay. So I'm going to go down here and climb to the top of this pole. All these little things I've built, they're all mounds of dirt to kind of resemble what a hobbit would do, I guess, building in a mound. This is my Hobbit Town mud brick shop. I'll go in there here shortly. It's where I made all the pretty mud bricks, and I did it from scratch. When I say I did it from scratch, I mean like I literally put the water in I built the glass, smelted the sand, got the glass, filled up the glass jars with water, and I poured the water on every piece of dirt in order to build every block in here. And it got to a point where I was able, when they put in the what do you call it? They put in the mangrove forest. I was able to just go and dig the mud, which was super exciting. So I got my original bag in there, several little mini hobbit holes all the way down. And then this is my bag end right here. I did follow the floor plan. Yeah, I did. It's super pretty. I love it. I'm like, yay. Yeah, I did it the long way for sure. This here is the area that I'm going to build my smog dragon. My friend Jenny, goddess Jenny. I always get it mixed up. She built these two dwarves for me, and she was gonna finish, and she found underneath of here a huge lush garden or lush cave, which is the third one in this area. There's one directly under this mountain on this side, then down into the other side. Over under my tree farm is another one, and then she found one here. I don't know yet if any of them connect or not. This is my sky train. I was trying to build the Eye of Sauron over there, but I didn't have all of the blocks that I needed and haven't really been able to finish. These bigger mounds are houses that I actually lived in real life, with the exception of that one back there. I haven't built anything over here. I did level it down though. Let's see, I do not have wings. I was gonna fly, but I don't have wings. Not on me anyway. Like I said, I've been on here since 2022, and I've built pretty much everything here except for underneath of this building right here. This was the first I needed to build a wheat farm. So my kid came and helped me with this. Huh? Why is my farm not... Did I not replant? I probably did not. Dang-nabbit. Okay, so basically it's a water farm. You just hit once, twice to drain it. I don't understand why it's not... I don't remember... I think the last time I was on here, I was showing somebody and then didn't finish what I was supposed to be doing. So, yeah, nope. Sleepy time. There are mobs on here, and this is survival. So, yeah, I'm going to sleep every single time. And please don't let any mobs be out here. Yay. All right, so we're going in here. This is my mud brick shop. And when I say I did every block and every brick, I did it this way every single time. It was super cute. What I would do is I would come in here and I would line up on these dark strips my shulker boxes because we have somebody who built a shulker farm. And so I did a bunch of work like, I could have, I don't know, dug giant holes or dug pits or whatever that they needed so that they had all the materials. And then part of my payment was to get shulkers. So I would use the shulker boxes to fill up where I needed to fill up. Or I would take orders for mud bricks or mining materials that I used or that, whatever it was. And I would fill up my shulker boxes in here and then I would take and deliver them to spawn, which is the next place we would go. But I'm going to go to look at my wood farm real quick and then my mine, and then we'll go to Mines of Moria. This is my favorite part of my build so far, and I would love to finish it. I want to do the never-ending stairs. My husband asked me last night if I'm going to do anything with, if I'm going to do anything at all extra on the Hobbit, am I going to build Helm's Deep? And I said, is that what you want me to build? And he said, well, I would like to. And I was like, okay, I'll build Helm's Deep. So that'll be on the list of things that I go to build. This here is, I brought all of these mangroves here. This was originally a dark oak forest. I planted as many spots as I could. I even have bees. This was my first decorative thing for cherry blossoms. The cherry blossom trees. It was my little mini garden. My sky train comes through here too. I can produce about 3.5 shulkers of wood for my birch at the moment. I have quite a few of the jungle trees. I do have an area over here for my nether woods, but I have not planted anything in quite some time. This was my first bone mealer that I ever made. And my little mini campfire setup. Super awesome. The first house that I had was sitting right here anyway, and I had to move it. But the mine with the lush cave is still underneath. I just have a doorway over here. It's right there. This is my storage for the wood farm. I would take and fill up whichever one was on top or bottom, and that's how I delivered. I just put somebody's shulker up in there and then fill it up and take it back to them. Most of the time their shulkers were named. We're on an advertisement for them, so. This here's the map for my wood farm area. Oh. Trying to wait for the advertisement to end. Oh, yay. So this here is my map for my wood farm. I kind of tried to stay around in this area. That way you could see it all. This here is just stationary storage. I have a bed and everything up here, along with where the train tracks come in. So we'll go on to the next area. Yeah, at one point I had somebody who needed a lot of acacia, so I had to plant a lot of acacia trees. I just kind of kept growing them. Built little plots for each one of them. You can see my cool looking dwarf up there at the top. I haven't really done a whole lot on this server since the cherry blossom popped up. At one point, somebody needed a bunch of cherry blossom, and I have yet to deliver, I guess. This is my mining pit mining. I do a lot of pit mining here. In other places, I do strip mining. Pit mining is where you literally dig from whatever level you're at to the very bottom, all the way to the bottom. And there's a staircase all the way down. This is where I found out that there's a lush cave off to this side, and then there's a lush cave off to that one. This is where I smelted everything, all of my bricks that I needed to smelt from here. This is where I used to hide all of my, this is where I actually found a geode. It was my first geode find. Each mine level has something different I was going to build in it. This is also where I caught my first axolotl in that little puddle of water down there. This is where my lush cave is at back here, which I never really fully explored it. Other people on the server have, but I have not. See, there's zombies. All right. I'm just gonna go down here and look at. So like it goes all the way down. I'm still not even done digging down. A friend of mine put in that, and I just never. I haven't really been back in here to use any of this. But I'm going back up. I'm gonna go to spawn. My daughter and I built the Spawn Community Center. It is a giant dome. It's a pretty massive build. It has 2 floors and floor maps. Well, it used to have floor maps. It's now got wall maps. Everything got changed. Because we were experiencing so much lag there at one point that anytime anybody went to spawn, we had to figure out how to stop the we were just having to stop the lag. So we couldn't build with we couldn't use too many of the picture frames. We had to limit how many chests we had up there or barrels or whatever. I don't know. They were just trying different methods to figure out how they could stop the how they could stop it all. We have one little kid on here. This server does support little kids. It's usually when their parents are on here. So I had 1, 2, 3. I had 4 of my kids on here at one point. Avery decided she didn't want to, so I'm going into the nether. Yay! Scary place. Hopefully it won't be too bad. If I die, it's usually in here. Oh, I didn't even show you. I gotta go back and show you the castle. Hang on. My husband had been on here for a little while too. If you are a fan of Castlevania, you'll understand why I have to show you this build. Hang on, let me go in here and find me a... I can't believe I almost left this area and not showed you that. Hang on, let me go to sleep first. Actually, could have made it. Hang on, I might be able to make it. Maybe not. Probably not. It's okay. Things die when they touch me, so um there's the tower a little bit closer to. Still have yet to decorate the inside of it. We'll go in this one and go to sleep. This was actually one of my grandma's. This was my great grandma's house. I just built it to look very much like that house. All right. Yeah, I don't really need to tour all those. This is originally how I got all of my sugar cane. All right, so as you can see it coming up in the distance, my husband built this castle for me. This is the castle. He said it was from Transylvania or it was inspired by Transylvania, so I really don't know 100%. But he had me build all this stuff up here for him. He built this far and then he said, "Okay, you can finish it." I was so mad. But yeah. So this is a church area. This will show you how big this is. This is Soupy Toast was the actual name of his account. But we had a realm before. It was the Soupy Toast realm. And this is what it looks like in the outside. So here was the courtyard. I had to come in and light it up. Like he I had to keep looking for mobs. This is the throne room. He wanted me to help him with the lava, which I did. But he built all of this. And sometimes I don't even know exactly how he did it. But he built it to be in layers and floors. Different areas. Just different. And then, like, there's an area you can get in right there. But he never finished this, so I don't know what I'll do with it. These here are supposed to be like bedrooms, I guess. Or maybe a confessional. I don't know. I'm not Catholic, so I know a lot of the Castlevania and like vampire lore and all that. Most of that stuff is from like Catholic religion, I guess. I don't know. It just seems like it to me. A lot of that is inspired by Catholic stuff. Let's see. I was looking to see if there was any wings because I could use them right now. All right. So there's that one. Now I can officially get to the nether. I am eventually going to have to come over here and pick up all these shulkers and move them back over to my area because that is all that I had. And you definitely notice when your shulkers are missing because There's so many other things you could do. All right. And so many, like, I use them to deliver all of my wood. So this server has not only the spawn area built up, we have a shopping district, and there are about 5 different locales. One of them I don't think really, I built my grandma's house. She passed away in 24. Um but yeah, there's like 5 different locales. Each one of these little houses in the mound dirt is a house that I lived in growing up. Uh oh yeah, I forgot there's that thing. Oh, Mines of Moria. I almost forgot about that one too. I am really forgetting my brain today. That's one of the reasons why Coco was wanting to see it. He was wanting to see my Mines of Moria project. It's really the Hall of Pillars. Um, and I have way more that I could do on it. But I want to do the never ending stairs the next when I get back in here to get it done. Like Hogwarts is a huge build in itself, so I'm working on Hogwarts now, but what it's I'm going to have to bounce back and forth, I think. All right, hang on, where's the sun at? Okay, it's above. All right, we're good. Okay, so originally when I built this area right here was all flat, but the grass wasn't here. So this is my entrance. Of course, it doesn't look like this at all in the Lord of the Rings. Do you shout out command? Do you have a shout out command? I don't know how to do that. How do I do it? Hang on. Let me get to a safe spot just in case. I have to learn this. I really have to learn this. You tell me how to do it and I'll do it. Uh, is it like backslash? Hang on. Nope, that's not it. So announceable message, call attention to. Can I just highlight your name or pin? I mean, obviously I can pin. Sorry, I just literally seen your message, so I'm not exactly sure. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know how to do it on here. Chat settings. Mm-hmm. Yoo-hoo! Those are so cute. Harley did such a good job. All right, I'm going to go ahead down here and show you. I'll have to go through the shout commands and learn how to do all that. So originally this was going to be the beginning part of the mine. But I ran into a lot of problems back through here. So you're going to see the tomb. This is just a spot I wanted to do for effect. We're going to go this way and then I'm going to come back up to here. So I was good in this room. This room here was going to be a fairly decent room. And I was going to put, I can't remember exactly what I was going to build in here, but it ended up not happening. And then this room, I fought with water. This whole room, I fought with water. As you can see, it's dripping. That's because I ended up giving up using my stone brick and just cobbled it all up. But this here is the tomb that Gimli screams at. It's something like, okay, so like I do this. Hang on. So I can do this and then like this. I don't even know how that. Okay, that was in my light stream. So ad break ends. All right, so we're doing this. Well, I guess for a couple minutes at least. Why is there a missing block there? Stinking Enderman. Okay. So this is the tomb of Gimli's family. I don't have a way to like mark this, but this is also where Pippin knocks the helmet down into the well before all of the goblins and the orcs come after them. And I didn't build up a door because I've obviously got tracks here. So the shout out, do I put the exclamation point and then SO, or do I put the exclamation in their name? How does that work? Jeez, I'm surprised those are cows. I will explain more of this room after I sleep. Okay. So this area out here is where that giant creature comes out of the pond where they're going into the mines of Moria. That's what this is supposed to be. Minus the beautiful elvish handwriting in the gate. In building this, I had this whole room full of chests just like this. And it was all the way out to here. And I had this blocked off with no walking path. This here's my flag for this area. Hey, I think we ought to have flags. like, well, banners. I need banners. So oh, I need to figure out how to make them. I'll do that eventually. I'm not even on my not even on my world. I'm on the server. It took me a little while to dig all of this out. It took me about 3 weeks. Um I dug to this. I wasn't exactly sure. And I'm going to tell you, this was super close. Like, I could not have prepared this or dug it out, or I didn't measure this at all. Okay, that's cool. I look forward to it because I'm a blonde. So on here, I may not understand it very good. But yeah, so this took me about 3 weeks to dig out, and I am super surprised at where it came out at because I just cannot believe that it came out where it came out. This is my hall of pillars. This area is meant to go down a lot farther. At the bottom of it, I'm going to have water. Like I said, this is not completely finished. I do plan on having water at the bottom of it, and then in one of those corners, maybe over in either one of those corners that you can see there, where the scaffolding is at, is where I plan on having the escape, just in case. But yeah, it took me about 3 weeks to dig this all out. And when it's completely finished, the ceilings will be like this all the way down. I did not do that on any of the other ones because I wasn't quite finished with it. These are going to be the entrances to, even looking to set up something. Yes, that would be cool. This is one of the entrances to, or it's going to be to, the never-ending staircase. There's 2 of them. But this took me quite a while to do. All dug out. There was no cave here. I dug every bit of it all by myself. I had a bed here for emotional support when I needed it. This here is the other room. It's identical to the one that I did. And this came out so close to the front of Bag End that it's not funny. This is the east entrance or exit of Moria. And Bag End's right there. Like, I couldn't have planned it any better. In fact, I did not plan it. It just happened that way. So I'm going to be digging down underneath of it. I even have my own little sheep slave. But anywho, there's my Mines of Moria. I'll have to come back to it, I'm sure. I don't know. Coco said he wanted to see it, so I'll just have to come back. All right, I need to make sure I have enough food before I make this trip. I almost forgot food. And I would have forgot food earlier. Let's see. Nope, that's full. I really don't even know what my boxes hold anymore. I'll just go down here and get food in the thing. My pantry. Let's see. Do we have pumpkin pies? Yes, I think I do. Yay, I got pumpkin pies. And where I'm going, there's plenty of pumpkin pies anyway, so it don't matter. So the nether hub that we have is huge. It also has a subway system in it. Infernal set it up. He's more into redstone than I am. Fitz does a lot of redstone that's on here. Let's see who else. Cosmic hasn't been on here for a while, but Cyborg has, and he does a lot of like Star Wars builds, which I think he's doing the Sky City. I've only been there once. It is massive. And I have not been there since, and I don't remember how to get there. So that'll be a fat chance for me trying to do that by myself. I'm going to eat before I go in here. All right, so last bit before the nether entrance. I planned this. I put this tree here, and then when I put this tree here, I realized it is going to be perfect for my portal. It was awesome. All right, this here was a little mining area that my husband and I set up, which I can't really even see in there anyway. We'll go this way. I'll take the subway on the way back. So we got directional spots. And then some of these are for people. Moss Town's where I originally, well, I started at Spawn and then went to Moss Town. Ooh, I haven't done anything today. Why am I yawning? All right, so we have a froglet farm this way. We have Spawn this way. Our spawn, our nether portal spawn, for Spawn is beautiful. Infernal did a really good job on it. He created all of these tunnels before we even, before I was even on here, these tunnels were here. So he hadn't had the server very long. And it is a server. It's not a realm. It's not a world. It's a server. Do not leave carts on tracks. This is the spawn portal. It looks awesome. So awesome. This is a future build. There's going to be an elevator for a future expansion. This here is our rail station or subway or minecart system, whatever you want to call it. And my place is on there. And then we have Infernal Town and Moss Town. So basically the idea to this is, and I'll use mine as an example, you hit this one and it lights up, and then you hit this button here, minecart, and then you just take off. And it is like the coolest ride ever. It takes you directly where you need to go, as long as there's no other carts on the track. I don't have to worry about jumping out of the cart. It's an automatic thing. It just drops me off, and there's my portal right there. Yep. And then to go back, I just get in it and go back. But Infernal built this for me, and it's pretty cool. Like, this is one of those things where, like, I worked full-time, and I worked on here full-time. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. I was on here every day. This is the group that I chose to hang out with because they were really, really cool people. All right, so we're coming back into the rail station. We're going to go down and then go up and be ejected from this minecart. And there I go. See? There's plenty of room to grow, to go to do many, many things. So there's that. Our shopping district is that way. We will come back to that. You'll understand on here as to why I used a tree for my nether portal. And this is Spawn. One of the girls has a place that way. This is Spawn. I have to actually go down this stupid thing because I forgot my wings. So, you know, just in time. Somebody kept building and building and building all the way up here, and it just Infernal did all this, but somebody else was doing the rest of it. What do you want, Georgie? Let me get up here and I'll pick you up. Give me a second. Georgie's trying to come and say hi. Hang on. Come here. Come here. Where are your feet? Move your feet. Come here. Come here, fat boy. Ah. Come say hi. Say hi to everybody. This is George. You're such a doofus. Why do you smell like an ashtray? Where'd you put your head at? Go on. I don't smoke. We don't smoke in our house, but his head smells like an ashtray. Okay, so this is our spawn. There's several beds. This is where we come in the very beginning. Anybody who starts out starts here. I helped to decorate. Well, somebody else redid the floor, but I did at one point. I helped decorate this. This is actually where Infernal found that one kid trying to destroy our spawn. That massive tree right there is where I came out of. That is what I was talking about. The why I have a giant tree for my nether and for my regular portal. All right, so this here is our free zone. Anybody can get anything they wanted out of here. This is where we were having a lot of lag because we had signs on there, and then we had picture frames. The picture frames is what was doing it. But yeah, this was the area. I built this and then added in all these chests. It's changed like several times throughout the years, but it's crazy. Okay, so this here is my double-decker auto smelter. Fitz built this. This is an obsidian farm. Me and Naughty built this. This was our kind of job board type thing. Everybody would put in a book. They'd take a book, they'd write a job that they wanted in it, and then I don't know what this says. There's Lighthouse Island. Fitz wants somebody to do the lighthouse. My daughter, Captain, and I built this. This is, I'm not going to look at that. This is our community center. And how we set it up is everybody has a space on the wall. We have our rules section. Of course, there's a few, and I like to keep mine about the same on my realm. This is Infernal and his flag banner. Anytime we need to drop something off, everybody has a chest here. We just pop it in the chest and walk away. Everybody has an ender chest, that they can go to. This is Captain. This is my daughter. She's the bee lord. This is me. And then Goddess Jenny and Naughty. They're a couple. Cyborg. He's had a couple different names throughout the years. Winter's base is the one that's kind of off to that one side I was pointing at. Dawnlight and Pluto. And then you got Crazy. Crazy's pretty cool. He's got some awesome builds. He's got a castle just close to this. And then Moss Town. A working elevator used with a boat. This is our end portal. I haven't been in there in a really, really long time, so I'm not sure if the same way to get back is the same way or not. We used to have a villager hall. This is what I was talking about when we had an idea for villagers, but I didn't get to do mine because somebody left the door open one night and a baby zombie got in and turned all of our villagers to zombies. This is our bee house. It's called Bee Haven. I built this for anybody who needed bee blocks or the honeybees or the wax because somebody was making, what do you call it? They were making candles a while back, I think. This was my first bee farm, or not bee farm, my berry farm. Somebody built a pirate ship. I'm not exactly sure who did that, but they did a really good job. We'll go back up here and show off some more of the community center. I had thought to bring SkyTrain here, but I decided against it because it does not do very well for an area like this. There's already too much going on, and to add an extra thing to it, it wouldn't do any justice. This is one of the towers that Captain decided to build. It's kind of got like a mini base aspect to it, I guess. Somebody could stay here if they wanted to, make it a house of their own or whatever. But yeah. All right, so as you can see, this thing is domed up pretty good. We use glass and a lot of different blocks. There's a hole in the center of the ceiling so that people could come in flying in if they want to. These maps are enormous. This all used to be on the floor, and then I had to take and rearrange it and fix it to where it was on these things. So all the maps had to be in order and everything. Nope, that's the sports complex. So this is a shopping district. This here is Spawn. We have an ice place. This over here is Crazy's area. He built all kinds of really cool stuff. Oh, that's the pathway to the shopping district. That is what's her name, and then there's another tree. Just so many places. Moss Town. My first little house is right there. It's awesome. I have a spawner there too and everything. But anywho, this is where we put all of the maps. This is actually Hobbit Town. There's several places that have been created. What are you doing? Stop scratching my chair. There's a lot of water. This here is Naughty and Goddess Jenny's place. They have so much stuff going on. This is their giant tree. It takes up an entire map. So awesome. But yeah, it's just, this didn't take but a week, I think. Worked on it a couple days here and there, and obviously there's a stairway to go down. But yeah, we had fun. This was a good build. It was it was actually Captain Lucky's introduction build to this area, like to actually get on the server. So it was pretty cool. All right, so this here is an area that, this is what I would like to put into our world, into my realm. This is actually an area we're going to be spawning to the new, anytime they added a new biome that we had to travel thousands and thousands of blocks away, this is how we get to it. This is Infernal's creation. This is his warp room, I guess you could call it. He did an amazing job. The decorations in here are phenomenal. So I'm gonna time warp. That's what I call it anyway. We're gonna go to a different area. This is the Farlands area. And if I remember right, there's a, why am I shaky like that? I don't know. Anywho, it was weird because here, this is a giant sand biome surrounded by a huge mangrove forest. It was just enormous. But anywho, there was a guy that was on here a long time ago. He built that over there. He's no longer on here. He got banned. His name shall be nameless. He might like to play games, but he likes to play games with a lot of people's minds. This here is a dragon nest, and underneath of it is a house. Of course, you can kind of see the remnants of a dragon. George, stop scratching on my door. Stop eating stuff. We're going to go ahead and zoom back. I'm not going to go and do anything with that. And of course, it spawns back in this area right here that I'm going to sleep in. A lot of these builds that we built, they're fairly old, so they could do with some updating, I think. Now I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of an idea as to what you're going to look at when you go to Kaleshire with me. Kaleshire is more Hobbity than I am. This is going to be the portal for going to Kaleshire. This is what my daughter built. Like I said, she is an absolute phenomenal builder. Ooh. Going under here because I don't know where it went. I don't know. It didn't hate me, I guess. Okay, I'm running. But anywho, she built that. It's super fun, super awesome. Some other people have built houses around here. I really don't know who they are. Because we've had a lot of people that would hop in here and then not come back. So they would come in, put their little touch on our world, and then leave. All right, so we are going to go this way. This is our shopping district. Infernal took a lot of time to build this walk path here. Well, there was somebody else. I think it might have been... It might very well have been Cyborg that helped with this. Maybe. I don't know. I know a lot of the materials came from me, though. There's quite a few things that I built, or I created just so they could be built on here. All right, so this is kind of like, okay, so I'll take you here in a minute. Shopping district. This is Cosmic's Palace. Okay, so Lewis and Infernal, and there was one other person that ran the server. And when I first got on here, I was like the fourth one. So, kind of makes sense. I'm a fourth one of another group, ain't I? Maybe. I'm sure there's more people, but I really do appreciate this group that I'm hanging out with now. It's Shadow and Harley and Coco. They all seem to be really cool people. I gotta eat before I do anything else. But yeah, so we have an iron farm in here. This here's where we just came up from, Player Junction. We're gonna go in here. This is the shopping district. We have several different things that happen here. Everybody that likes to sell things has a place here to build that they built. And this is our map for that. It's pretty big. All right, so the first little stops we have a, not exactly sure what kind of store this is. Dyes, I think. And then Captain did, I don't even know what these are. Potatoes, a potato store. Some of these builds are just beautification builds. This here is Captain Lucky's wood shop and concrete shop. Just a decorative farm, and then her potato farm is underneath over here somewhere. Let's see. Somebody decided they wanted to use Wishbone on the horse. And no, you can't change it. Yes, I know. You all see that giant ghast over there in the thing. I get it. We'll go there here in just a minute because that's one of Cyborg's. This is the By the Book Fitz's store. Something's Brewing, also by Fitz and his son. For the Record, also by Fitz and his son. And his son, JMP, goes around and builds little cool things. This is... He will open it one day. I don't remember exactly who built that. I might need to find a place to go sleep. Actually, I can. I'm going to go down here and do it. I have my own shop. I don't know better. Okay, so this is a spider farm. During Christmas, we had a Christmas building thing, and JMP ran around building the penguins and possibly even the Nutcracker there. I'll go ahead and run over here and show you this area. This was actually supposed to be a pen for sheep, but I never got to finish it. I started out the thing there. This is the Misty Bubble. This is my store. I try all different types of... I make all kinds of stuff. This is where I smelted everything. I also have a pit mine in this building too, underneath. This is my backup storage. My bed to sleep in. It probably won't let me sleep right now. Oh yeah, it will. Yay! So I'm going to go down one more time. And then this is where I do lava. And I did crops in here at one point. This was all grass, but I changed it. This is the biggest storage room I ever built for myself. It's all barrels though. And it still was not completely full. And a huge storage room. Each level has exactly what I was going to do in my world when I do a pit mine like this. This is the biggest cactus farm that I've made, and I split it into two different types of machines. So one of them, it does green dye, and the other one is bone mealer. The green dye is empty right now because... probably because I need lava. These are my flower chests, and what I do is right here, it used to be all of this area, but I would plant one flower, and then I would bone meal it until I had one of every flower, which is what that area is for. My potato and wheat farm. Potatoes here, wheat there. I have cobblestone strip mine here. That's what I mean by strip mining, is taking out one level and doing that. I also have my own bamboo farm, internal. And I have my own... I don't even remember what that was over there. I think it was another cave system. This here spawns zombies every once in a while. And then I have my own lava pit here. And smelting area. And my own mob spawner in that little encasement there. So yeah, it's this took a long time to build. to dig out. Every time I hit a layer that I needed to hit, I ended up building something else in it. So at one point, this whole server, we were booming. Everybody was on every night. This used to be my storage room, and then I moved it upstairs. This used to be my smelting room, which I still got furnaces here. But yeah, I would also take trades and everything here too. We're about to go. Yes, I know there's a giant skyscraper. I hate going in it. That's why I'm not going in it. It was also built by the one that will not be named. As you can see, JMP and Fitz have created a really pretty cool place over here. Not only do they have so many things here, the way they build is just amazing. I think they built that too, but I'm not sure. That's a chicken house. This here is an underground house it was built for JMP. He, of course, has the lightsaber for his banner. Anybody who's claimed an area uses their banners. This is their gigantic tree farm. Produces a little bit more than what mine does. And they plant all different types of trees. They had an auto farm here once. That back there in the glass is their auto shulker farm. Ooh, looks like somebody's building over there. Nice. Shulker farm still in works. There's a build there. There's a little hidey hole over here somewhere. I'm not going to find it because I'm actually looking for it. But it has to do with the villagers. These are little auto farms. All of them look like to be kelp. This is the coolest flower duper. It is amazing. You can get all kinds of flowers from that. So Fitz is a redstoner, and he has the best version of what do you call it? I just had it in my brain too. The best version of a sorter that I've seen separates everything. That portal that I was poking around at was this one. This is an auto sorter. Every bit is sectioned and organized. I helped to dig out this gigantic hole. And they have done such a wonderful job in adding and changing it and doing whatever needs to be done. Like, they do such a good job. Every plant, every tree, every item. I don't know if they've gotten to do any of the updated items or not, but it is truly amazing as to what they've done in here. There's still room to grow, and there's a second floor to it too, which this one goes up. And this is the secondary spot, which kind of gives you an idea as to how it works. And that it's not finished. Like, truly a massive build. And it's layered. Like, I never would have thought that anybody could have to do that. This is amazing. All right. So I'm going to go back down. There is also another part of the sorter that uh, sorts out items that can't stack. All right, so we're done with that area. Again, truly a phenomenal builder, both of them. They're just awesome. This little statue here that's on this track, it actually, when it's turned on, it moves back and forth. It's pretty cute. It was lagging the server, so they had to stop it. Somebody built a house down there. Okie dokie. All right. So we're going to follow this little path around. I had 3 entrances to this area. We're going to go up here to the guest. Everybody's excited to see this, I'm sure. So Cyborg has built an enormous contraption here, and it is an auto store. So basically, you put in your diamonds and you get out whatever item it is that you want. Pretty cool. I don't have diamonds to show it to you as to how it works, but everything in here it's super awesome. Yeah. So he just basically puts signs up, and if the light's on, it's in stock. If it is not, it's not. And he changes it up. It's been a little while, but yeah. Usually when I'm in here, I am looking for the soul lanterns is what I usually get. 1 diamond for 25. Jack-o'-lanterns. But yeah, he did such an amazing job doing this. And then he's got, I think there's a free section over there too, free stuff. But yeah, so it's awesome. He does a good job here. This is pretty cool. But he created it to look like a ghast. Ooh, no, don't set me on fire. Hang on, I gotta go find a bed. Almost stood in a lantern. Or in a fire there. All right. This was actually the first store built here in the shopping district. I'm not even sure if it's still got the name on it. Artie and Lewis. Artie was the other person that used to be on here. He hasn't been on here in a really, really long time. I don't really know what happened. I just know that he isn't on here anymore. They've got some really cool builds here. That building back there, I believe, is for armors. This is different type of enchanted stuff. Somebody else has been playing on here, I think. King Glenn Shop. King Glenn's been playing on here, I think. This here is our first community farm. You can farm different things out of there. It's the communal farms. Yeah, you can get any kind of food you wanted. Down here is the arena complex. I took part in a majority of this build. Fitz actually created this build right here. He built the archery. And we used to do competitions here, which is super fun. I took and I built this little pathway. And this entire build over here is what I did. I built a giant sports complex. and it's for the PvP arena. People were able to come through here, and if they needed armor or weapons or whatever, they could come through here and go to a locker room, which I'll show you now. All of these are different locker rooms. They had a place where you changed your clothes. You could sleep in the bed. Tried to decorate it the best I could. Every single locker room is pretty much the same. There isn't really any difference in them. And then we'll go up here. This here is the PvP arena. You can see so many people in here. You can even fight mobs that appear here. It's super cool. We also have, if you come up here on the other side and through this area, you can play hockey. Hang on, let me eat. Built a hockey rink, which was cool. We had this thing where, like, if you drop it, it'll like slide on the ice. So we would take and get a slab or something like that and use it as a hockey puck. Trying to figure out where the sun is, because this next room I'll probably have to sleep. So this is our Spleef arena. I had built it and then Infernal automated it. So this is what you're looking at. This is the ice version, or the snow version. The idea for this is to break all of the floor blocks before your competition does, and whoever the last person standing on this level wins that round. It is a 3-level match. So then they would come down and they would work the second one, and then they would work the third one, which is right here. Well, actually it wouldn't be. It'd be 2 levels. So you can reset the game with leaves and you can reset the game with snow. If I do the snow, it lets down a rain of snowballs, so I'm not going to do that. But that's our Spleef arena. And then Infernal built a gigantic tower in here somewhere. Pretty sure it's right there. Yeah, there. So that is the Tower of Death. Whoever climbs to the top of it is basically the winner, but they have to knock all of the other players off of it before they can make it to the top. So yeah, it's super awesome. And again, all of the armor stands that were here, they had armor on it for free. They could do whatever. That's the little mini farm that I started. I set up that area. This place has the iron farm. And the last place I want to go right now, I'm actually going to the portal now. There's so much more I can show you on here, but it would take probably 2 or 3 hours to get through it all. Maybe even 4. Because there's builds on here that I don't even know about. It's just such a large place. So much potential. Oh, Alara. Oh, I miss Alara. Haven't seen her in forever. All right. So, with that being said, this is Cosmic Coma made that. Yeah, I know. Okay, so that is the shopping district. Easily accessible still by walking distance if someone chose to. All right. Yeah, so this is the only other way I can go. Moss Town has been updated like 3 different times. If we have enough time, I will go through Moss Town too. But this one place, I really wish I had wings. I could just fly there if I had wings. And fireworks? I don't have either one of those. Well, I have wings somewhere, but I don't know where my fireworks are at. I think I used them all. And I really wouldn't know how to get there that fast. Oh, man. Please don't attack me. All right, going up right here. So I can actually go this way too. The original way was so confusing that I couldn't make it through here without creating my own path. So yeah. I really wanted to take and make an ice path like Naughty and Jenny have to get to this next area. But that's probably just not going to happen. So I'm going to do my best to get there as fast as I possibly can because there's not really a whole lot of things I can do about it. Oh, there is a nice path. I forgot. Oh, yay. I forgot. So I got to make sure I've got... Do I have a boat? Yes, I do, but I don't want to use the boat. Yeah, I'm just going to suffer it. So if I go straight, my son's build's back there. It's been so long since I've been there. I really don't even remember how to get there, even though it's a straight shot. But when I get up here, I'm going to be turning to the left. You're off to bed, feel sick, but got you tabbed. You have a good night too. I'm sorry that I haven't really been like poking my head in and doing what I need to do. I will learn, I promise. I am a Padawan. You have a good night. Get you some sleep. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. All right, so we are taking this. I am kind of scared going through here. Usually I go through that one little spot on the other side of the glass, but kind of wanted to try to go a little bit faster. I just don't like using a boat in here unless I need to make it a, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to make it a chest boat so that I get no unwanted passengers. Cyborg had told me about that a while back, and I completely forgot about it. Yeah, it usually takes me like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 times to eat. It's been a really long time since I've played on here. I need to be playing on here more, though. Hopefully it wasn't going to get me. I was carrying a piece of gold, so hopefully it won't. This pathway takes forever. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Yeah, as long as I don't hit anything, I guess I'm fine. But if Skelly jumps in the way, buddy, I'm in trouble. There's been quite a few times I've been attacked by a Skelly in here. I definitely don't want to be jumping right there because I'll die. It'd be like, wee. All right, so this is the pathway. Hopefully it's daylight. Probably not, but I hope it is. All right, so we are coming into the area of Kaleshire. Kaleshire is a huge build. It was created by my daughter Ken, or not Ken, Captain. And then hopefully I don't have anything attack me in the middle of the night. No. Okay, cool. All right. And it stopped raining. Goody. So this is the B-Lord. This is actually Dawn Light's builds up here. Dawn Light took and built a cave on purpose. This here is Kaleshire. Aubrey built every little thing by hand. It's so awesome. She built some Puro boats, which are types of boats you can actually set in. She's got a clock tower here. She has a gallows. This little area has taken her quite some time. I think it took her probably about a year. But all of her stuff is like, you really wouldn't be able to walk through, you wouldn't be able to fly through here and just see everything. You have to literally walk into almost every building. But there are some decorative buildings here that you can't walk into. Like this is her clock tower. This is a crane. That's cool. It's her fishing pier. It's her net. It's pretty cool. That was like one of the best ideas for a net usage. She's built so many things out here. Her library is pretty cool. Little bitty pit stops. She does logging. I built a pirate ship over here, so we know I can build one. It's that one over there in the background. She's named every little building. We have a library, Honey Hove, the blacksmith, the lighthouse. This here's her library. I'll show it off. It's called Cat Books. It's such a cute little library. She's changed it a little bit, even decorated it a bit more. Fiction Whiskey. Whiskey's a kitty cat. Hi, Whiskey. Just about every house in here has a bed in it. But that's a library and it don't have a bed in it. There's a fox with a piece of dirt in its mouth. So this here is the pirate ship that I built. Unfortunately, I cannot get on it. because I forgot to build the ramp for it. So, yeah, there's that. This is where I slept in order to get through the night when I was building over here. She's got such a beautiful, like, build of everything. Like, everything matches. Every block she used, it was used for a reason. Like, I love the way she builds. There's another one. That's where the portal will bring you to once the portal is finished. She's done a vineyard over here. Her windmills. I helped her plant this garden. She built a really cool building right here. I'm just going to step back a little bit. I think she was going to work on something over here too. She just hasn't been on the play in a while. She done so cool. It's such a good job on this. She actually had me build this bridge because it was a duplicate of the other bridge. I had to go back and forth between the two to figure out what was what. This is her lost items board, so anybody bringing stuff over here could bring it there. She's done these builds here. I think are just decorative. You can't really get into them. This area over here is the last built, but the first built. So this building here was the last building, and then this. It's like a little mini house. This here is a build that she and I both built. Well, she built mostly. I helped her decorate, and I also did part of the floor plan with her. This was all her idea, all her doing. And obviously I can't get up there now. There we go. So she wishboned this pig, and this is supposed to be a torture chamber for this pig because this was our Halloween build. Yep. So that was this. She built so much more over here. Some of this stuff she has had. Okay, so that streamer Cosmic that I was telling you about, he came on one night and was streaming her build this windmill right here, and nicknamed her a laser printer because she started from the ground and worked all the way up, and that's just how she built it. But yeah, he built that windmill. Ground up build. This is her pumpkin farm section. And her map. This is her Kaleshire map. So it's pretty cool. And then we'll go visit her villagers, and we'll be done with this one. It'll be time for me to like try to make it back through the nether and possibly get to Moss Town. I could spend days in this area because she just does such a good job building. So in this one, she made it look like a tree had fallen. You have to be very picky about coming over here because this is literally all of the villagers she has. Door has to be always shut. So like, she has so many villagers in here. Looks like they're on here frequently. Different areas. She built so many rooms in this place. So pretty. Like I said, she does a really good job. All right. It's weird that I didn't really get to build anything tonight. I just got to go and show off somebody else's builds. Well, mine too, but you get the meaning. Yep, Captain did such a wonderful job. I used to bring a bunch of stuff over to her. I brought she had a lot of spruce and stuff like that, but everything that she used was spruce and oak and dark oak. So I had to bring as much of it as I could with her over to her. We'll go over and scope out this build by Pluto. Pluto did a pretty good job on these builds over here, along with Dawn Light. They kind of started over here in this area, and then that's when Captain came over here. They had dogs and cats galore. They do a good job. Yeah, I try not to go into everybody else's builds, but their builds on the outside look really cool. Unless they're with me, I don't try to go into anybody's houses. There's a bee farm up there. This here's new. That's cool. Yep. All right. It's time for me to get back over to my area. We have an iron golem farm. Now I think I'm just going to take the 5-minute walk back through the itty bitty channel. The little bitty spot. Yeah, I got to get up and go to work tomorrow, so won't be too much longer in playing. Oh. Ow. I sit in this chair entirely too long, I think. Are you back again, Georgie? What are you doing, buddy? Yeah, I probably should have chose the ice path. I probably would have moved more. What? What do you want? Yeah, it makes me wish I had done the train like I wanted to. This was the path that I was supposed to be doing a train in. Uh, then I realized how much iron I needed, and I didn't feel like going to Infernal's farm to get iron, so I pretty much didn't go and get iron, even though I probably could have. I just didn't do it. That was iron and a lot of sticks. Yeah, and I placed all of the redstone there so that I can prepare for that. No. Yeah, I knew it. 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 There, get out of my way. Yeah, the other ones I don't care for. That one there. Oh, great. Here's another one I don't want to be fighting, but I have to. Hey, look, pork chops. Yeah. I got 4 out of that one. Nice. Yeah, I really didn't want to keep it ceiling high, but I should have. Would have had a further distance to jump. It'll be okay. Always is. Yeah, usually I can get through here pretty quick, but tonight my fingers just don't want to work. There's my turn. Yay. Now, like I said, it takes almost 5 minutes to get through this. Hey, look, a skelly and skeleton dude. Sweet. I'm glad I came through on this side. That's going to be great. Well, maybe they won't be up here. This hallway's a lot longer than I thought it was. Aw. I didn't want to fight anybody. Jiminy Christmas, that's an army of them. Holy cow. There was like 6 of them in there. Okay. Well, at least I killed them all. I'm almost out of this tunnel. I say that and just wait. Probably have 4 or 5 more miles to go. If I didn't have to fight anything, I would have already been there. And now I got to eat again. This is crazy. Oh, look, there's the end. All right. I'll tell you what, it's so hard sometimes to play this game because you never know what you're going to get. My son, though, I would like to go and see his stuff because he's built a pantheon, or was building a pantheon. I don't know if he's been on here since, but he's done some really cool builds. So there's Blaze Farm, Infernal's Lighthouse, or Fitz's Lighthouse. We're just going to go back to. I don't even know why I went that way. I just got lost, didn't I? I did. See, this is why I don't go through the nether. There we go. I'm back. I just happened to come out behind one of those lights is all. So maybe another time I can come back on here and maybe we can find things to build. Like maybe I can bring you on here to show you my dragon build, because I do want to build Smaug, and it'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right, where are we at? Okay, so we're gonna go over here and sleep. I've got beds everywhere. Okay, it just looked weird. Sorry. All right. Going back down to my bag and build. Yip, yip, yip. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me this evening. This is my cat Cleo, which I have not name tagged, but Cleo. Yay. Oh yeah. So if you've made it through every advertisement and you're still with me, thank you so very much for watching those. Caught me in the middle of my yawn. I appreciate you so much. You all are awesome. Thank you, Shadow Drew, for hanging out with me. I really enjoy being on here and having a good time. Thank you so much for all that you guys do. If you've been watching those advertisements actually help. Hang on, I can't see myself. Those advertisements help this realm fund right here at the top above my head. We are at $7.80 right now. $10 is what it, right about $10 is what it costs for each month of a realm subscription. So if anybody is interested in joining this realm, they are welcome to add my name to this. Drop me a note in the messenger box and tell me where you found me. I'll be more than happy to add you to this world. You can, if you're on YouTube, I don't necessarily have the ability to see your name. I don't know how to get to it just yet to find out who my followers are. So if you follow me or subscribe, drop a note in the chat box or respond in a message to one of my videos and I will see that, and then I can add you as a follower on my follower wall in my realm. Currently, my view is a little different on the game because I'm on the BedrockServer.net. This is my probably probably the third or the fourth time I built this. And as many of you have seen, or maybe will watch this video and actually see for what I'm talking about, this build's actually really small compared to the one that I just finished with not a month ago. So bag end versus bag end. All right. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope y'all have a great night. I will be back on here again tomorrow night from 9 to 11. Um, it's just another beautiful day. Tomorrow night, we'll be back with Hogwarts, building some more on that. I hated to take a break, but I really needed a break from it. So